Hello, the stream is up, and I am going to be recording a video this morning. It is a video about the Godforge minigame. I've also had a haircut. So, my nose is a bit itchy as usual. I've been sneezing, trying to fight the allergies, but I'm ready. I'm ready to go. And if anybody pops into my stream, I may just ignore them because I'm recording now. All right. Hey, this is Gecko Mayhem. This is another Godforge video. Today, I am going to be doing my final summoning on the minigame. Here we go. This is the minigame. There are 2 days left, more or less. If you were not able to get your 20 out of 20, you'll probably have a couple more days and so on. Whatever. Okay. I have 1,000 Founder Stones here. And I'm going to summon all 1,000, obviously. That's about all I have to say about that. There are very few champions. There are very few heroes that I would replace Athena with. But let's go, let's summon, let's pull as many as we have. Keep going without a break. $1,000 stones. While I'm summoning, I actually wanted to give my thoughts on the minigame. Final thoughts, closing thoughts. What did I think of this minigame all up? First of all, I want to say that in terms of the premium member pack, subscription, one-time payment, I think it was a fantastic idea to do that, and I think it was worth it. Now, the reason I think it was worth it is not because you could do 3 missions at once, and it wasn't because you could lock a weapon, because over the time that we had the minigame, you had so much time. If you started in December, right? If you came in late and you got the premium pack quite late, then this part of it was probably worth having. It was probably really advantageous to you being able to lock a weapon and lock an imprint, right? But for those of us that actually played the minigame from the very start, from day one, and we played it all the way to the end of its run, being able to lock it was just a nice bonus. Then again, overall, being able to store one, to choose one, and also lock another one, let's hold that thought because I'm going to look at Anu. Anu, Wisdom, Defender, Order, Echo. Basic attack. Attack one enemy. Because he's a defender, it's multiplied by defense and attack. He will place Vanish on the ally with the lowest current HP. His core. Defense up 2 on all allies for 2 turns and protect 2 on all allies except for himself. Makes sense. Always protect on just the allies, not himself, because he takes some of the damage for them. But they also get defense up. It's not a shield, it's defense up. Places Phoenix on all allies for 2 turns, and then all allies will attack an enemy. That's actually pretty cool. It's basically a team attack on his ultimate, which only requires 1,000, which is very low. If an ally is under Protect 2, they will heal for 30% of the damage inflicted, and they will probably be under Protect 2 when he does his ultimate, which is very cool, being able to heal themselves. For every 10% divinity, reduce the damage that allies receive by 3%. So if he's sitting at 90% divinity, then that's 27% reduction in damage, which is huge. And 30% defense in the arena. Very solid defender. If I did not have Athena, I would take this guy. He's really strong, but he does not replace Athena for me. Let's keep summoning. So being able to choose your weapon and have a weapon locked, same with imprints, being able to choose an imprint and have an imprint locked gave you more options. So yes, there was an advantage for everybody that had the premium version that paid $10. For me, I didn't feel like it was that important, just nice to have, right? But the most important feature was being able to summon 3 times as much. So being given 60 Founder Stones per day instead of the base 20 is 3 times as much, or 3 times as many Founder Stones, right? But summoning 3 times as much. It gave you a real advantage because you, over time, get more legendaries to choose from. That is exactly what paying the $10 gave you in terms of a really good bonus. That's what you're paying for, was greater choice of legendary. Perrin. Perrin. Basic attack. Start over. Perrin. Strength, Disruptor, Order, Barrage. Basic attack. Attack an enemy, attack an initiative twice with a chance to place speed down. Slows them down. It already tells you, because it's based on an initiative modifier, that you should put initiative on him, which means he's going to get to his ultimate faster. AoE on the core, attack an initiative again, with a chance to reduce the turn meter of targets, slow them down, push back their turn meter. Ultimate, attack 7 times, each hit has a chance to decrease their turn meter. Additionally, attacks against the same target reduce their turn meter by 5%. So if he attacks someone, it can reduce their turn meter by 10%, and then another 5 if he attacks them again. When an enemy hero has their turn meter decreased, increase this hero's turn meter, right? So he's all about pushing your team and slowing down the enemy team. Not pushing your team, pushing himself and slowing them down. So very strong disruptor. He's not going to let them take a turn. So being able to summon 3 times as often, as you've seen, I've already pulled 2 legendaries today, and I have 750 Founder Stones left. It's pretty crazy how many legendaries you actually get over the course of this whole game. So yes, premium member, it was worth it. The game overall, very well put together, very easy to play. You just had to log in, do your day's worth of activities. So if you were actively playing, or should I say when you were actively playing, you were sending your guys out on missions to get the ether until you got 55,000 ether. But once you got 55,000 ether, we've covered Grendel before, by the way. Once you got your 55,000 ether and you were able to get your avatar, your imprint, and your weapon, then there was nothing else to do in the game except log in and keep getting Founder Stones. Now, I wouldn't call it a flaw. I wouldn't call it a real disadvantage or downside. But if you hit 55,000 ether pretty quickly, which some of us did, and I'm not just talking on this one where this is my main account, where I have premium membership. I'm not just talking about premium members going, oh, yep, hit 55,000 Ether in 10 days kind of thing. Even on a free-to-play, I created 2 other accounts, and I will summon on all of them today. On one of my accounts is a giveaway account. On the other account, it's my old account. On the giveaway account, it took me 16 days, completely free to play, no bugs, no jumps in Ether, 16 days to get 55,000. Now, that was a lot of playing. That was going basically full-time playing the game, optimizing, maximizing, more or less. But if you didn't optimize, you didn't maximize, you didn't push really hard, you could still have probably got your 55,000 Ether in about a month, right? So we'll double the 16. Would have taken you maybe twice as long. In a month, you would have got your 55,000. And if you'd started back in December when the game came out, then like me on those accounts, on all of these accounts, you would have hit your 55,000 and said, well, that's it. No more missions. Basically, nothing else in the minigame. Don't get me wrong. Fantastic idea. Fantastic game. Really well implemented. It was implemented so well, so easy. Now, at the start, there were issues, there were bugs, there was slowdown. People had trouble logging in and logging back in and refreshing. And yes, there were bugs that had to be ironed out at the start. But overall, they implemented it so well. Such a simple concept. You get to see all of the champions, the heroes, sorry. You get to see all their portraits. You got to see all of the imprints that they put into the mini game. Not just the legendary ones, but the rare imprints and the epic imprints. And people gathered data. And people got excited about Godforge itself. The mini game drew attention to the main game. The mini game advertised it in a way. Got people to see, hey, there are all these super cool heroes, gods and legends that are in the game itself, and I get to see them. I can see which faction they're in. I can see what their affinity is. I can see their archetype. And then, of course, we get the rewards, the imprint, the weapon. So much choice, so much interaction between them, and a free hero for the game. So yes, the only disadvantage or downside or whatever is that we had no actual game to play once we hit our 55,000. I don't know what they could have done differently. I don't know if they could have had a system whereby, oh, you've hit your 55,000, any overflow, if you want to keep doing missions, we'll give you overflow. So you hit your threshold, but it doesn't cap. Perhaps they could have done it so it didn't cap. And if that were the case, I would have just kept sending my champs, my heroes, out on missions. I would have just kept sending them out on missions. Mind you, every time Fafnir popped up, I would still go on the Fafnir mission, even though I was capped on Ether. I don't know why. Don't ask me why I did that. It was just fun to send them out for no reward, no reason. So yes, if there was a goal but not a cap, and some reason for getting over the cap, for getting more Ether past your goal. So 55,000 goal, hey, I've got my avatar, I've got my imprint, I've got my weapon. And then you end up getting... Wait, why can't I summon again? We might have to refresh it. Okay, there it is. You could have ended up getting, say, 100,000 Ether. And you could have looked at it like, well, I'm, 45,000 over the cap, or beyond the goal, we'll call it the goal. and 45,000 beyond the goal, that 45,000 is going to be turned into something minor, some little reward in the game, a little bit of energy, an extra little bit of energy. Maybe every 1,000 ether turned into 1 energy, for example. So if you went 45,000 ether, then that's what, 450 energy, which would have been a nice little bonus. I don't know if they did calculations when the minigame was put together, and whoever put it together, oh my gosh, did such a good job of putting this game together. Like, it's unique. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's kind of similar to the missions that you had in, I think it was Warlords of Draenor, the World of Warcraft expansion, where you would send your followers out on missions and they had a chance to succeed. I guess it's similar to that, but it's implemented in its own fresh, unique way, right? But yeah, Overflow Ether would have been very nice to have because it would have given us incentive to keep actually playing and not just logging in, refreshing, whatever, to get our 20 Ether Stones or 60 Ether Stones, Founder Stones, instead of just getting more summons. Yeah, continuing on and playing the game. That's really the only feedback I have in terms of what could have been better in the game. Overall, being given access to all of these weapons and being given the chance to choose a weapon to be given, starting at level 1, right? You're going to have the base version of the weapon, especially if it's legendary. It's going to be a while before you can actually level up your legendary weapon. That's going to be quite the mission. Same with your hero. The hero that you've chosen, if it's a legendary hero, then being able to ascend that hero, awaken that hero, being able to awaken that hero is quite far off in the future, I would say. But just the hero itself, just being able to choose. I don't think I'm going to get another legendary. So 3 legendaries with 1,000 is a little bit under the average. With 1,000, I should have got 4 or 5. By all rights, I should have got 4 or 5 more legendaries. I didn't think I was going to replace Athena. I really did not think I would get somebody who I would consider a better pick than Athena in terms of heroes that are available in the pool. And there we have it. No, I got one more. I got one more. There we go. All right, that was 1,000. Nothing gained, nothing changed. Let's go to the other account. Here we are on my giveaway account. Sun Wukong is the hero that's going to be on this account, and I have Namsaru and Queen of the Nymphs locked in. Have a look at imprints quickly. I'm not sure there's anything better in terms of imprints. 360. Let's see if we can replace Sun Wukong. Very solid champion, Sun Wukong. I know that a lot of people have chosen him because he's a slayer, because he has such an awesome kit, because it's hard to kill him, and he'll just keep coming back and attacking you. And he has the multi-attack on his ultimate. Very cool champion. Cool aesthetic. Fantastic kit. Very strong slayer. I expect great things from Wukong. So whoever gets this account, I think, is going to be very happy because they will have a very solid champion, a very solid hero at the start. Svarog. Whoa. Let's take a look at Svarog, and then I'll decide whether I'm replacing Wukong on this account. Svarog. Wisdom, Defender, Order, Virage. Basic attack. Attacks an enemy. As a defender, it's defense and attack multiplier with a chance to place Blunt 2 on the target. I think Blunt 2 reduces the chance to crit. Attack all enemies. So it's an AoE with a chance to place attack down. Makes them weaker, so it weakens them. Places Protect 2 on all allies. So he's strengthening his allies and he's weakening the enemies. And then we've got his ultimate, which only costs 1100 divinity. He places resistance up and defense up on all allies for 3 turns, which is strong and different. Quite often, heroes place a buff for only 2 turns. Then he places shield on all allies. So it's a shield and defense up and resist. And then his passive, each time an ally uses an ultimate, decrease the damage received by all allies up to 30%. So if you have someone that pushes their ultimates, or you're just gaining ultimates in general, then they take less and less damage. He is very strong. He is very solid, and it's 30% defense in dungeon battles. Support champs are better than attack champs. Since this is a giveaway account, I am going to take Svarog, not since it's a giveaway account, just in general because Svarog is very strong. We're going to be replacing Sun Wukong with Svarog. How strong is this account now? That means I should change the weapon and the imprint. Unless the weapon and imprint go on somebody else. Forge Fire. We're going to take Forge Fire. And I don't think I've got a suitable imprint. Restore 10% of this hero's destroyed HP when they receive a buff. That's actually really strong. But how often do you get your HP destroyed? That's the question. How often is it destroyed? For every 20% HP this hero is missing, increase their speed and initiative. That's actually really strong on Svarog. Because he's going to be taking damage as the defender, right? He gets more damage taken, and it's just going to increase his speed and initiative. Now it's only 5%, so if he's missing 60% HP, which he probably will quite often, he will have it increased by 15%. It's pretty good. There are better. There are definitely better. That one's not great, just because you're not going to have destroyed HP. I think Grendel's actually a strong imprint for him. So what we'll do is we'll take Grendel for now. And in the next couple of days before the game ends, if a better imprint comes up, then so be it. Let's keep summoning. See what shakes out on this giveaway account. Svarog. Who would have thought that I would replace Sun Wukong? But defenders and invokers, both very, very solid at the start of the game and going forward into the deeper part of the game for the different game modes. Just having somebody who supports your team, who's part of the party, that gives you some sort of strength. Holy moly. We just pulled Heimdall on the giveaway account. Somebody is going to be very happy. Basic attack. Strength, defender, order, Asgard. Basic attack. Attacks an enemy, transfers a random debuff from himself. If it's burn, bleed, or acid, activates them. Okay, cool. It's kind of good, but he's trying to get rid of debuffs on himself, right? Core. Books down to a 4-turn cooldown. Place retaliate and intercept on all allies, then attack all enemies. So it's an AoE. He smashes them. But he also places retaliate and intercept on allies, which are strong. Retaliate, great. They can counterattack. Intercept, that's a pretty rare buff. So intercept means when someone gets attacked, the hero that placed the intercept intercepts that attack, right? They take the damage instead. Shield of Asgard, ultimate. Place defense up 2 on all allies. Place a shield on all allies. Place protect 2 on all allies. Cannot be removed if placed on Asgard heroes. Nice little bonus there. Allies under any buff have a chance to reflect any debuff. Strong passive too. 30% defense in arena battles. Sucks that it's limited to arena, but it is what it is. We're taking Heimdall over Svarog. This is insane. 2 very strong heroes. Ideally, I would like Tianlong, Pillar of the Sky, but I'm probably not going to get it in the next couple of days. And Excalibur. So Excalibur, increased damage received by allies for increased damage inflicted by allies for each buff placed by this hero. So we're going to take Excalibur. Thankfully, Excalibur was there for the taking, but there is no ideal imprint. Fantastic. Let's keep summoning because I got all these stones to go. Am I going to replace Heimdall? I can't think of a stronger hero. Do I even need to summon? For the fun of it. We shall see if anything else shakes out. I am shocked that I summoned Svarog and Heimdall. I wish this were my main... Yeah. I wish this were my main account. But it's not. It's a giveaway account, and I'm going to stick to that. So somebody's going to be very, very happy. If you did not manage to do the minigame, if you did not manage to get 55,000 ether, if you are not going into the game with a fantastic legendary champion, if you're going in with an epic, you're going in with a mediocre legendary, you're going in without a champion because you didn't play the game or you didn't get 20 days under your belt. In the long run, it's not going to matter that much. For the short term, those of us that played the game, that got our rewards, yes, we have an advantage. Yes, in the early game, we're going to be able to push a bit further, a bit faster. But in the long run, it's not huge. Bear that in mind, that if you missed out, you just missed out. That's just the way that things are. I think people get quite fixated on trying to min-max. I need the best weapon imprint combo, and I need to place that on the best legendary hero. It's not really the case. Any reward is a good reward. Being able to choose from great rewards means you get a great reward. But in the long run, over the life of the game, and hopefully people will play this game for many years, what happens now as we go into early access is not going to impact how you're playing the game when it goes live, or 3 months into the game even. Possibly 6 months into the game, a year into the game, right? Vivienne, my goodness. I think she's very strong. I don't think she's a better choice than Heimdall. Let's take a look at Vivienne. Vivienne, Wisdom, Invoker, Order, Avalon. Basic attack. Multiplier is initiative. What does that tell you? Stack initiative on her. She has quite a high ultimate requirement. It needs 1650 divinity, which is up there. It's more than the average, I think. It's quite high for her ultimate, so bear that in mind. Single attack, reduce the divinity cost of each ally. Allies are going to get their ultimates faster. Core. Starts at a 6, books down to a 3-turn cooldown. Pretty crazy, right? You got to put all these books into her. Attack up, defense up on allies, then increase the duration of all buffs by a turn. Buff, duration increase. Strong. Attack up and defense up, strong. Ultimate. Removes all disables, it's a cleanse. Remove all debuffs on Avalon allies. Okay, good little bonus. With all allies joining the attack against one enemy. If the target is defeated, increase the turn meter of all allies, pushing them forward. Thing is, it's probably going to be defeated, so every time she gets her ultimate, it's an ally attack. And then her passive, allies inflict 20% increased damage with their basic abilities, which is doubled when joining attacks. That is strong. She's not as strong as Heimdall because of his shield, but if Heimdall gets nerfed, Vivienne would be a fantastic, fantastic choice. Hopefully they don't nerf Heimdall. He's super strong. I don't want to regret taking Heimdall. Her leader bonus is 26% speed in arena battles. She makes for a great all-round support champion. Am I taking Vivienne over Heimdall? Unfortunately, as strong as she is, as cool as she is, I'm going to have to make the decision here not to take her. I apologize to whoever ends up with this account. If you would prefer Vivienne over Heimdall, I apologize in advance. Svarog, Heimdall, Vivienne, Lady of the Lake. Absolutely insane pulls on this account. Hopefully I can get a better imprint for this account before I give it to somebody. Account number 3, or account number 2 out of 3. The giveaway account could be considered account number 3. At the moment, I've got Shamash, Thunderbolt, and Scissor's, not Scisson, whatever his name is. The dude with Tempest Winds, where when a buff is placed, you get pushed forward. If 3 buffs are placed in one turn, then you cut in and you get an extra turn. I think it's a strong it is a strong imprint. I don't know the ideal imprint. It's probably Sun Wukong. Oh, look, Pillar of the Sky. If only that were on the Heimdall account. Okay, 200 stones. I do not see myself replacing Shamash. But then I didn't see myself replacing Svarog, did I? The last of the summons on the last of the accounts. Once we're done, we're done. And there will be no more summoning. And there will be no more chances to get a better legendary hero. It's been a wild ride. Lamashtu. Let's take a look at Lamashtu's kit. Cunning, Slayer, Chaos, Echo. Basic attack. Attacks an enemy twice. If they're defeated, increase the damage of the next AoE attack by 50%. AoE on the core, books down to 3 turns. If it defeats 3 or more enemies, reset its cooldown and increase the divinity. Push that ultimate. Very low amount of divinity required for Lamashtu to do their ultimate. Unholy Birth. Ultimate. Place attack up to on herself, then attack all enemies, so it's an AoE. For each enemy already defeated, summon a Demon of Pestilence, which explodes on impact, triggering Soul Eruption with a 70% chance of placing vulnerable to an acid on all enemies for 2 turns. Explosions. When this hero defeats an enemy, they explode, inflicting damage to all enemies, which ignores defense but cannot be critical. Fairly strong. Strong Slayer. If there were no other hero options, then taking Lamashtu would be kind of cool. And just getting Lamashtu along the way would be cool. Be very fun to place her into your party. See ya, Lamashtu. Shamash is just too strong. And there we have it. That's everything. We retained Shamash, we upgraded to Heimdall, and didn't change the main account at all because I got very few legendaries from 1,000 pulls. Okay, that's everything for the summoning side of stuff. That's everything for the minigame side of stuff. But bonus content time. There is one more thing that I would like to do. Something arrived in the mail recently. An unmarked package. I wonder what could be inside. I am using a knife to cut through something here. I don't know if showing a knife on stream is acceptable. I don't want my content impacted by showing a knife on stream, but I better not cut my fingers. Okay, scissors. Scissors it is. Dun, 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 dun. Here we have a package that says Godforge on it. What could be inside? Look at that. That is flippin' cool, man. Reflections. It says Fafnir's Bane, and then it's got the website down the bottom. How cool is it to have this commemorative coin celebrating the fact that I killed Fafnir during Alpha 3. What a way to end the video. I hope that you enjoyed the minigame. I hope that you, if you played in Alpha 3, have got your coin. If not, it's coming soon. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, I'm going to stop streaming here, and I'm going to set up my WoW stream and go from there. I shall see whoever's watching my stream back here very soon.